the NBA took a microphone away from a reporter at a press conference after the reporter asked James Harden a China-related question. Take a look at this.
The NBA has always been a league that prides itself on its player and its coaches being able to speak out openly about political and societal affairs. I just wonder, after the events of this week and the fallout we've seen, whether you would both feel differently about speaking out in that way in future.
Excuse me, we're taking basketball questions only.
It's a legitimate question. This is an event that's happened this week during the NBA.
It's been answered. We're taking basketball.
This particular question has not been answered. James.
Did you hear the NBA spokesperson in the background? They claim the question is not basketball related. The biggest news story of the week is the NBA, the National Basketball Association, caving to China and apologizing because Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey supports democracy in Hong Kong. And a reporter is not allowed to ask about it because it's not basketball related. Is gun control basketball related? Is illegal immigration basketball related? Are Trump's tweets basketball related? Because you NBA spokespeople don't seem to have a problem with your players talking about all of that. But if you want a basketball related question, okay, how about how many basketball stadiums worth of people have Chinese communists killed? And why are you, the NBA, caving to Chinese censorship and propaganda about freedom and democracy in Hong Kong? Here's the thing. The NBA will boycott North Carolina because there are no transgender bathrooms in Charlotte, but you're totally cool with the Muslim internment camps in China and the labor camps and the censorship and the communism? Oh, wait. Steph Curry claimed he didn't know about China's contributions to society. Take a look at this.
I just don't know enough about Chinese history and how that's influenced, modern society today, and that interaction to speak on it. So that's just where we're at.
Steph Curry doesn't know the history of communist China. Really? Do you Google, bro? Either you're a terrible commentary on our school system, or you are pretending to be ignorant so you don't have to answer for the fact that you cash a big fat paycheck from sponsors in a communist nation who is threatening to cancel your paycheck if you don't engage in their communist propaganda. But if you don't know about the history of China, here's a helpful reminder. In the past 70 years, 65 million people in China were killed thanks to Mao Zedong's socialism. Mao murdered teachers and professors, and his Red Guards sometimes ate the people they murdered. Mao forced China into the worst famine in human history that killed more than 30 million people in the space of 3 years. In communist China today, religion is prohibited. News and social media is censored. Dissent or criticism of the government is punishable by imprisonment or death. Women are forced to undergo abortions if they violate the government-mandated one-child policy. 1 million Uyghur Muslims are imprisoned in internment camps where Chinese government officials harvest their organs to sell. Children are forced into slave labor in sweatshops, and 20 million Chinese people have been killed in labor camps since the 1950s. And now, China is trying to squash freedom and impose this communism on Hong Kong. And what are you going to do? Are you going to be woke only when it's safe? Are you only going to speak out about transgender bathrooms when you know you have nothing to lose? Are you going to be complicit in Chinese communist censorship and propaganda as long as you get your big fat paycheck? Or are you going to do the right thing and stand up for democracy and freedom and dignity for Hong Kong and say no to Chinese communism? And that is my final point.